2023 was a massive year for genre-defying and record-breaking games, including The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Baldur's Gate 3. That being said, 2024 is shaping up to be just as big, with some well-known sequels, original IPs, and some we may not even know about yet. YouTube, what's good? XhiaGaming here, bringing you a brand new episode of Top 5. And in this episode, we're going to take a look at the top 5 most anticipated game releases for 2024, unless they get inevitably pushed out. Starting off at number 5, we have Tekken 8. 2023 saw Fighting Goliath, Street Fighter 6, and Mortal Kombat 1 duke it out. Tekken, however, decided to sit back and watch, joining the fighting fray in 2024. It marks one of the first major game releases for the year with a January 26 release date. Co-developed by Bandai Namco Studios and Arika and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment, the game is set 6 months after the events of the previous installment in Tekken 7, and will focus on the final confrontation between father and son, Kazuya Mishima and Jin Kazama, the latter of whom wants to kill the former to end the chaos from their lineage. The game itself is touting major technical improvements, including better graphics, new character design, more fluid animations, and more relevant direct dialogue pre-fight. As well as the addition of heat. Entering the heat state will buff the properties of certain moves depending on the character, while also making all attacks do chip damage to a blocking opponent for 15 seconds. Will Tekken 8 be a knockout and steal players from MK1 and Street Fighter 6, or is it down and out for the count? Find out January 26th. Next up at number 4, we have Princess Peach Showtime. Princess Peach Showtime is an upcoming action-adventure game and marks the first entry to feature Princess Peach as the main protagonist and not a disoriented damsel in distress, since Super Princess Peach released almost 20 years ago in 2005. The game was originally teased at Nintendo Direct in June 2023 before more details were shown at another presentation in September of the same year. The setting follows a stage play theme in a venue called the Sparkle Theatre, which a Toad invited Peach to. Once they arrive, a witch called Grape takes over the theatre. Peach and the theatre's guardian Stella team up to take back the theatre by battling Grape's minions, the Sour Bunch. Peach is capable of transforming into various costume-like forms that match each stage, such as a sword fighter, detective, patissiere, and kung fu fighter. Every form has their own fighting style, such as Sword Fighter Peach using a sword, and Kung Fu Peach doing martial arts moves. If you're interested in this, it will be available on the Nintendo Switch worldwide from March 22. Coming in at the halfway point, we have Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws is an upcoming single-player action-adventure game set in the Star Wars universe, developed by Massive Entertainment and published by Ubisoft, that will feature an open world, stealth and open combat, vehicle combat, space combat, and branching dialogue trees. Outlaws is set in the years between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, following the completely original story of outlaw Kay Vess and her companion Nyx, as they take on the high-stakes lifestyle and risks that come with their line of work. Whilst being a completely original story, there will be a sense of familiarity, with D. Bradley Baker of the Clone Wars series voicing Nyx, as well as several well-known planets that we've come to know through the TV shows and movies such as Tatooine, Kijimi, and Akiva. Although there's still a lot we don't know about the game and are yet to receive a specific release date, sources are expecting it to fall in the later half of the year, as was potentially leaked by a Disney Parks blog post, but that was quickly shut down to remain open-ended by the team at Ubisoft. Either way, as more information becomes available, we'll be sure to let you know. Coming in at number 2, we have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is an upcoming action role-playing game developed and published by Square Enix, and is a sequel to the 2020 Final Fantasy VII Remake, the second in a planned trilogy of games remaking the 1997 PlayStation game Final Fantasy VII. The game entered production in November 2019 prior to Remake's release, and was announced in June of 2022. All of the lead staff returned from the previous game in the same positions, the only change being Tetsuya Nomura returning as creative director instead of director, and Naoki Hamaguchi returning as director instead of co-director. The story continues with Cloud and his friends setting out on a journey across the planet after escaping the dystopian city of Midgar in pursuit of fallen hero Sephiroth, as they seek to end the tyranny of the Shinra Electric Power Company. As they travel across the world, they find themselves on a journey that will decide the fate of the planet. As can be expected from the premise, the game will feature a semi-open world map and new story changes, making the upcoming chapter unpredictable and different from the original game. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is scheduled to release on PlayStation 5 from February 29th, 2024. Before we get into the number one most anticipated release for 2024, we have some honourable mentions. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Hades 2. Coming in at number 1 as the most anticipated game for 2024, we have Black Myth Wukong. This game absolutely stunned with another gameplay showing, this time at the Game Awards 2023. After 3 years of hype, we were finally given a release date of August 20, 2024, marking an ambitious debut title for the Chinese-based studio, Game Science. The mythical story of Black Myth Wukong is based on The Journey to the West, one of the 4 great classical novels in Chinese literature. A well-known traditional Chinese folktale, Journey to the West is attributed to Wu Cheng'en, written in the Ming Dynasty in the 16th century. The story follows the adventures of Sun Wukong, also known as the Monkey King, as he accompanies the Buddhist monk Shenzheng on a perilous journey to obtain sacred scriptures from India. Along the way, the group faces numerous challenges, encounters mythical creatures, and battles formidable foes, reflecting themes of self-discovery, enlightenment, and the triumph of good over evil. The game plays like a soul-like RPG that sees real-time, action-oriented gameplay. And from the trailer, we see Wukong embarking on quests, engaging in combat, and participating in battles using a dynamic combat system, and something I'm very much looking forward to playing on PC, PS5, and the Xbox Series X and S. Did your most anticipated game of the year make the list? If so, give this video a thumbs up, or let me know what yours is down in the comments below. And until next time, I'll see you later. Tap the bell icon after subscribing and you'll never miss a video again. And consider checking out my Facebook page as well for daily gaming updates and news. Thanks guys. Let's get one thing straight at the top here. Making video games is hard, and sadly for some, they don't always turn out the way that they originally expected, some more so than others.